This video is sponsored by Ulanzi, the #1 by sales volume photo accessory brand in the world. I built this YouTube channel here that you're watching this on with a $200 camera and a few $100s in other camera accessories that really mattered. All of that totaled less than $500. So in this video, I'm going to be going over that original $500 setup and showing pieces of gear that I think actually are worth your investment, but are also affordable. And then I'm also going to be interweaving some creative tips that I live by. So let's dive straight into the piece of camera gear that I think everybody is the most excited about, and that's the camera itself. And this is the camera that I shot on all my videos up until just a couple of months ago. So really grew this channel from nothing to a pretty big channel. And the funny thing is that I don't think I've ever spoken about this camera on my channel, despite it definitely being my most used camera, at least for video, because I use it every week. This is my beloved and very well used Panasonic G85 camera. And there are some very specific reasons I chose this camera and recommend it to any videographer or photographer on a budget. I bought this camera as an upgrade from the first video camera that I used on this channel, which, does anyone remember? It was the Pentax K1. Yes, it was a Pentax. And if any of you know Pentax, you know that they are terrible at video, but it was what I had, so I had to use it. Great for photos. I love you, Pentax, but just horrible video camera. But looking back at my channel, I think I grew it up to around 10,000 subscribers with that terrible video camera. So I don't know, you should just use what you have. But when I wanted something better and I had the funds, I upgraded to the G85, and oh boy, was I glad. Great 4K video quality. There's a dedicated headphone and microphone jacks, which ironically the K1 does have those actually. There's a flip forward screen for monitoring yourself, which is actually a big deal. I know people make fun of flip screens because it's like walking around vlogging yourself, but it's so helpful to monitor your focus, your audio levels, your exposure without buying an external monitor. It can really save you money. Then the best two parts of this camera are the sensor stabilization, which is great for its age. I think it looks really natural when you're walking around with it. There's a little bit of shake, but just gets rid of those really harsh jitters. And then the lens system. Micro Four Third lenses are cheap, they're plentiful, and they're basically all fantastic. I personally stuck with the Panasonic 14mm and 25mm for the longest time, and that was fine. And they're both really cheap. Later, I bought the fantastic, albeit more expensive Panasonic 9mm lens, and now I've just stuck with those three. Randomly, this camera is more expensive than when I bought it like 3 years ago. So look at some other equivalent ones. The G7 is also a good model that's cheap. And then, whatever, just buy something cheap that works. And my first creative rule to live by, I'm going to interlace these between my gear talk here, is to stop chasing perfection. Look at my videos from 6 years ago. They were terrible. Bad audio, bad video. I'm just surprised anybody ever clicked on them. And look at my videos now. They're still bad. Okay, stop chasing perfection. You're never going to get there, and I'm so glad I just got started anyway. Whatever you're trying to do, just get started. You'll get better. You'll never be perfect. Good lighting can make a bad camera look good, but a great camera means nothing if your lighting is horrible, and it took me a little bit of time to learn that lesson. And I'm going to use this light from Ulanzi as an example. They sent this over as part of a creative pack that they sent me as a sponsor of this video. Now, lighting does not have to be expensive at all, but I do recommend you look for the following features that really helped me. Make sure whatever light you buy has a nice diffusion for a soft light in a large surface area, and that's going to minimize awkward shadows, especially if you're like me and you wear glasses. Also, make sure your light has a temperature control, so how warm or how cool the light is. That used to be harder to find, but now a lot of cameras have that, even budget lights like this. And that means you can hone it in on a color temperature, a Kelvin value, and then set that to your camera as well. And then also set any other lights you may have to the same temperature, and that's going to make your colors look way better out of the camera. This light also has a really cool feature that I've never seen before. It's inflatable, if you couldn't tell that already, with a built-in pump for inflating and deflating. That's battery powered. You don't even have to plug it in. And that's just the coolest thing. So the whole thing packs down really tight. Ulanzi's slogan is to create for creators. They really want to make products that make our lives better and easier. And that's why I was really excited to work with them on this video idea, because it's all about giving you the tips you need to succeed with video, photography, or whatever your creative passion is right now. Ulanzi also sent me some of their other gear for creatives that you'll want to check out, like this backpack. This is their huge 38-liter outdoor pack. Really great build quality. There's pockets for everything you could possibly want. Really spacious and customizable interior for camera gear, or you can swap it into a luggage bag for long trips like I'm about to do. Links to all this Ulanzi gear and some you're about to see later in the video are in the description. You can check them out. Thank you for Ulanzi for sponsoring this video. My creative rule number 2, and this is probably the most important thing that I had to learn. It was also very difficult to learn. If you're trying to get a response online or you're just trying to get a response from people with your creative work. And that is that the subject of your work matters more than probably anything else. And what I mean by that is you can have the most technically well-produced photo. It could be beautiful, or video even. But if your subject doesn't grab people, it doesn't interest people, if it doesn't invoke some emotion in people, whatever that thing is, it just doesn't matter how good your skills are technically. But the amazing thing is, and what I've discovered, is there's real people on the other side of this camera right now watching this. And if you produce something that you are passionate about, that you're truly interested in, and actually provides value to the community, then you can get away with some really poorly produced videos like mine. And it's okay. Just do your best. The one exception to that is audio though. If your audio is bad and they can't hear you or sounds awful, then they're gonna turn it off if it's a video. And so that's why you should invest in the microphone setup. Now, right now I use an XLR setup. I bought this on eBay. That's a great tip for XLR microphones. They are several $100s, but on eBay, they might be less than 100 for those same microphones, which is crazy. But I went even cheaper than that at the beginning and I bought this $20 shotgun microphone. Do your research. There's a bunch out there that work pretty well. The main thing with audio is kind of like video. A lot of it comes down to technique. So just getting the microphone closer to your face and making your room a good spot to record, things like that. Okay, my $500 YouTube setup wouldn't be complete without this next piece of gear, and it's something I waited way too long to get, and I should have just invested in from the start. It's been such a time saver and such a value add to the channel. To get more dynamic looking B-roll shots of cameras that I review on the channel, I first started investing in camera sliders because that's kind of all I knew about, but they take up a lot of space, they can be expensive, and honestly, it wasn't really the look I was going for. And then I discovered a piece of equipment that is affordable, easy to use, and looks fantastic. It's a huge value add to my channel. And it's something that I think most people already know about. Except me. I don't know why I missed this. And that's a video head, a video specific head for a tripod. You're gonna need a tripod anyway, so if you're taking video, you might as well get one with a video head that's gonna give you silky smooth panning shots and all these different wonderful angles. And like good lighting, these silky smooth panning shots can make a bad video quality camera actually look really good. This particular video tripod is the Glide Go video tripod by Ulanzi, also provided for this video. This is a really great tripod. It's fully featured, so it's a little bit more expensive. I started with something even cheaper and it worked okay. You do get what you pay for. This is a piece of gear that I think is worth investing in, just like lighting. Before I would get a better camera, I would make sure I have the tripod and the light and the audio all good, because that just really enhances the video quality out of an old camera. Then you can upgrade the camera. My creative rule number 3, and I changed my mind, this is actually the most important one, and it's been a really tough one to learn, and that is how to take critique online. If you've posted anything online, you've probably dealt with this before. People will come out of nowhere and say whatever they want, and sometimes it might even be mean. I really liked this video years ago by Sean Tucker. Of course, you probably know him before, but if you haven't, you should check him out. And it was about dealing with critics, and it really helped me. The gist of the video is you shouldn't give all critique you receive the same weight. You should be picky about the critique you receive. One simple rule is you should take critique from people that are actually doing what you're doing in the field you're doing and are good at it. Trust your creative instincts. That's what makes you different after all. And I wish you the best of luck. And until next time, as always, happy snapping.